So the probability of Tennessee or New Orleans not being in the league next year is a slight one. We know that the loser of UCLA Seattle is done. We know that much. So then that just leaves one more team in play to be added, and one more team subtracted from the league. So we'll cross that bridge after this weekend's games. I did have I don't know if you can see that the Cowboys in mind as one of the teams, Patriots, and the Eagles. Depending on where this team ends up playing its games next year, they might be a contender. So, once again, the only thing that's certain is that the Sun Devils are already in. This is Will Sutton. If anybody doesn't know, he was a defensive tackle for the team a while back. Went to Chicago Bears. I doubt that he's still in the league. He might be, but I don't really follow Chicago all that often. So the last game of the slate, I mentioned the Rams and the Chiefs, the Saints and the Titans, the Bruins and the Seahawks, the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines. This last game will determine the division championship of Team Nike, which happens to be the NCAA South Division. You had Florida State, LSU, and Missouri. See, I already forgot about them. Missouri was the odd team out. They're going up against. Oh, the one thing about Missouri is that they do have a chance to. I'm not sure I mentioned this, but Missouri has a chance to knock out the Jaguars. So if Missouri wins their last game, their misery loves company, right? They're going to take the Jaguars with them. So the Jags were the odd team out with the NFL East Division. The Titans, New Orleans, playing for the championship, and the Jags are just playing for their 12th Warrior lives right now. So if the Jags lose, they're done, and Missouri gets to take a team with them to outer darkness. So then that will free up one of the NFL spots, and then the loser of the Seahawks Bruins game, that'll determine which the other spot is. So I really doubt Missouri's going to beat Tennessee. So that'll make the loser of New Orleans, Tennessee, a little nervous, I would imagine. So finally, Florida State, LSU, Team Nike, Division Championship. Florida State is 6-3. LSU is 5-4. Now, this might upset a few people, but once again, I make the rules. I wanted there to be at least 3 division winners make the 12th Warrior playoff. I didn't want to have it just be 2 division winners and then the runners up. I wanted this to mirror as close as possible to the college football playoff. Generally, in that scenario, 2 SEC teams will make it just because they're in a really strong division. Washington, Michigan, and UCLA were in the strongest division all year. They were in Team Adidas. So far, they're 8-0-1 in terms of winning the division winner every week, meaning that those 3 teams ranked highest in the power rankings every week, except for the week against Team New Era, which is the Rams, Chiefs, and 1 week against the Rams, Chiefs, and Seahawks. So because of that, the Rams the Chiefs even being 4-5, and the Rams being 5-4, whoever wins that game is in the playoff. And if Florida State loses and they're 6-4, LSU advances. Sorry, Florida State, you didn't win your division. You didn't win your championship game, so you're done. So LSU, Florida State, that's win and you're in. Washington, Michigan, however, both those teams are a lock. So Florida State can either be the 2, 3, or 4 seed. LSU can pretty much only be the 3 seed. And then the Chiefs could be the 4 seed. The Rams could be the 3 or the 4 seed. So I kind of was all over the place on that description. But that's pretty much how this week's going to go. It's going to be interesting. Um, the okay, so after next week, you're going to have team seed number 1 go up against seed number 4, seed 2 go up against seed number 3. The following week, which will be very, very fun, will be the last week of all college games. And it'll be the championship. So yeah, I don't even know what that noise was, but so until then, Sparky over here, he's just gonna have to bide his time. He has an interesting matchup with the Huskies next week. So the Huskies play the Arizona State Sun Devils. So I'm doing this in advance because my favorite team is the Huskies. Second favorite is the Chiefs. Well, first team college Huskies, first team NFL is the Chiefs. So if Sparky and the Sun Devils happen to knock off the Huskies, which fell to USC last weekend, they went from number 4 to number 7. They lose to Arizona State. I'm going to be pretty pissed, and I probably will put this jersey in the closet until next season. So I'm doing this in advance, giving Arizona State some love because I did like them quite a bit back in the day. So looking forward to these next slate of games, and I hope that you guys will jump into this. Go ahead and pick a team. I'm going to post some stuff at my Instagram at d.bitty, d.bitty. So I'll put the matchups down for this week, even though I just mentioned them here on YouTube. Go ahead and pick the teams that you think are going to win, and then pick a team for the playoff. Pick a team now while you still have a chance. I do still have, for the champion, whoever wins is going to be getting this season series of ballers. I'll mail it out to you. So jump in on that. I'm sure I'll probably throw in something else, some apparel or a hat of the team that you choose to make it to the championship. And if your team wins, then you never know. You're going to have some cool stuff coming in the mail to you. So I hope you guys have a good week, and thanks for watching, and I will see you this coming week sometime. Subscribe to me, that way you know when I post stuff, all right? Thanks.